Today we are checking out Star Trek episode 13 of the original series. We just had a blast with the previous two-parter episodes. We got Captain Pike, we got a green lady. Loads of things went down in those two previous episodes. So if you haven't checked them out yet, please check them out. I highly recommend them. Also, if you're new here, I do have a Patreon where I upload my full-length reactions with the footage. So I wonder where we're going to go next after saving Captain Pike. Let's jump into it. A Star Trek play? On-ship entertainment?
That man on the stage. I'm certain of it. That's Kodos the Executioner.
Conscience of the King.
You mean to tell me you've called me 3 light years off my course just to accuse an actor of being Kodos?
4,000 people were butchered.
He's been like this since the company of actors arrived.
Kodos is dead. I'm satisfied with that.
Well, I'm not. Bloody thing he did.
Oh, was he the one that did that?
There were only 8 or 9 of us who actually saw Kodos.
Once again, loving the sets. Look at this set design.
If he's to be exposed,
He's dead.
then it'll be a ghost Martha and I receive in our home tonight. I invited the entire company to a cocktail party.
That was a brave decision.
And I have to get back to my ship and figure out how I'm going to enter all this in my log.
Kirk only thinking about his log. It's like, damn, I've got to write this all up. It's going to take hours.
Former Governor Kodos of Tarsus 4, also known as Kodos the Executioner. After that, background on actor Anton Caridian.
Invoked martial law, slaughtered 50% of population, Earth colony, that planet, burned body found when Earth forces arrived. No positive identification.
No positive identification.
Give comparative identification between actor Caridian and Governor Kodos.
Same person.
No information available. Anton Caridian prior to 20 years ago.
So you're telling me he slaughtered everyone and then became an actor?
Now photograph both. You know Dr. Layton, don't you? Would you say he's given to fantasy?
A good empirical research scientist. We are ready to leave orbit.
We'll delay departure.
Spock's so tall, he's coming out of frame. You can't even see the top of his head. Can't be a new episode of Star Trek without a new woman.
The others are on the patio.
I take it you're the welcoming committee. Is that Mr.?
Captain James Kirk.
Oh, he had to slide that captain in there.
I had hoped to meet your father here tonight personally.
Never sees anyone personally, and he never attends parties.
An actor turning away his admirers? Well, then I'll talk to Lady Macbeth.
Oh, he's so smooth.
Captain of the Enterprise. Interesting.
So, Lady Macbeth. Interesting.
Just that title alone just gets all the women. He doesn't have to do anything else. No wonder Pike was such a ladies' man. It's the Enterprise just attracts them.
There.
You're very impressive as Lady Macbeth.
Thank you.
I'd like to see you again.
You mean professionally?
Not necessarily.
Ho ho ho, Kirk, you dog.
You don't have a schedule now, do you?
Well, I just arrived.
So have I.
And you hate to overstay a welcome.
Exactly.
Why not?
It's definitely a fashion statement.
Party, you were such a brash young man.
And now?
Now somehow different. Really very dear, aren't you? So
Why is it actually so sweet?
very lonely.
Whoa, sorry, ma'am, I got the ship. I got the Enterprise. I can't do that. What's this guy doing over here, cock-blocking everyone?
He's dead.
He was the one that outed the other actor as the murderer.
At least he has peace now. He never really had that before.
That was his favourite sofa.
Oh, why was
He loved it so much.
I'll try and find out.
Jim? How about miss him?
I thought she was just going to turn and kiss him. I was like, Jim, calm down.
Don't make your pick up here.
You mean strand all those actors?
I'll pick them up. And if there's any trouble, it'll be my responsibility.
Ready to resume course, Captain.
I think we're due for a pickup.
Kind. Personnel, cargo.
Even worse, actors.
Tell her to come up to the bridge.
See me in my fancy captain's chair. How about that?
How did you know this lady was coming aboard?
I'm the captain.
Captain Kirk, I didn't think we'd be meeting again so soon.
You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you I arranged it.
It seems that our transportation is cancelled out on us.
Oh no. Well, I've got a flying ship.
If ever we needed a good Samaritan. I appeal to you.
The regulations are very...
Spock.
What have you got to trade?
Special performance for the crew, in exchange for a lift.
They could use a break in the monotony. The men would never forgive me if I deprived them of your performance.
Thank you, Captain. I'm eternally grateful. I'll get...
Her eyes are crazy, by the way.
Prepare to leave orbit as soon as the Caridian Company is aboard.
That was an awkward stare.
Panacea colony is 8 light years off our course.
My memory needs refreshing, Mr. Spock. I'll ask you for it. In the meantime, follow my orders.
Don't get in between me and my lady, Spock. No, stay over there.
Kodos file. Of all survivors, there are 9 actual eyewitnesses who can identify Kodos, Kirk, J, presently Enterprise Captain, Riley, K, Eames, D.
Stop. Is that Star Service Lieutenant Kevin Riley?
Riley, Kevin, presently assigned USS Enterprise Communications Section.
Stop. Mr. Spock.
Captain.
Bring up Kevin.
Lieutenant Kevin Riley in communications. I wish to have him transferred down to the engineering decks.
He's a fine young officer. He's bound to consider this transfer a disciplinary action.
I don't wish to discuss it, Mr. Spock. Please follow my orders.
Poor Kevin. It's about, what did I do? I just got promoted.
Captain is acting strangely. I'm asking if you've noticed.
Negative. What are you so worried about anyway? I find Jim generally knows what he's doing.
It was illogical for him to bring those players aboard.
Did you get a look at that little Juliet? That's a pretty exciting creature. Did it ever occur to you that he simply might like the girl?
It occurred. Did you know that he suddenly transferred Lieutenant Riley to engineering?
Lots of things are going around here that I don't know, Mr. Spock.
Oh. Tour of the ship.
This is the observation deck. That's the flight deck down there.
Did you order the soft lights especially for the occasion?
Matter of fact, I actually did. That's why I sent Kevin back to engineer it.
And the ship. All this power surging and throbbing, yet under control. Are you like that, Captain? The decisions that you have to make.
Come from a very human source.
Are you, Captain?
You can count on it.
Tell me about the women in your world, Captain.
I'd rather talk about you.
Smooth.
The one worlds may change, galaxies disintegrate, but a woman always remains a woman.
Cook getting it on, and Spock just sat there by himself.
According to our library banks, it started on the Earth colony of Tarsus 4 when the food supply was attacked by an exotic fungus and largely destroyed. But he was certainly among the most ruthless to decide arbitrarily who would survive and who would not, using his own personal standards.
I think the mic guy didn't catch up with Spock then and missed a bit of that dialogue.
Relief arrived, but too late to prevent the executions. And Kodos. There never was a positive identification of his body.
Jim suspects he's Kodos.
He'd better. There were 9 eyewitnesses who survived the massacre, who'd actually seen Kodos with their own eyes. Jim Kirk was one of them.
Now that's a backstory I wouldn't mind them doing.
Hey, rec room, somebody.
Oh, it's the guy that was singing all the, was it Irish songs?
Hey, is that a horror playing? Now let me talk to her.
What can I do for you, Riley?
A song. Yeah, make it a love song.
Why, he does love his songs.
Reassure me I'm not the only living thing left in the universe, huh?
Well, you're not.
The skies are green and glowing.
When they're releasing the Uhura album, shouldn't Riley be doing his job?
Journey tomorrow. And let the years go.
Did anyone else see that? Alright, Riley, calm down there. No one gonna clap? Come on. Great performance.
Help me, please!
If he dies, the only one who'll be able to identify Kodos is the captain.
State lab report indicates presence of appreciable amount of tetralubisol.
One tried to poison him.
Lubisol is a milky substance. Someone could have gotten careless, made a mistake.
I don't believe that, neither do you. I want the captain to see that report.
My report on Lieutenant Riley. Will he make it? He's got a good chance.
Lieutenant Riley was a witness. So were you. Someone tried to kill him.
Could have been an accident.
I checked with the library computer, just as you did. I got the same information.
I don't like anyone meddling in my private affairs, not even my second in command.
Jim, Spock's simply trying to...
I know what he's trying to do, and I don't like it.
It's his job.
I know he's trying to do his job, but I don't like it.
Even in this corner of the galaxy, Captain, 2 + 2 = 4.
Quick maths from Spock there.
From here on, I've got to determine whether or not Coridian is Kodos.
He is.
Men change. Memory changes. I look at him now, he's an actor. He could have changed his appearance.
I do really want to know why he became an actor.
What if you decide he is Kodos? What then? Do you play God, carry his head through the corridors and try...
Yes.
That won't bring back the dead, Jim.
But they may rest easier.
Now an attempt has been made against Lieutenant Riley while the company is on board the Enterprise.
Doc isn't sure.
Listen, do you hear it? That low hum.
Phaser.
On overload.
This is the captain. There's a phaser on overload in my quarters. If it blows, it'll take out the entire deck. Double red alert.
How long does it take for one of those to blow up?
Evacuating the section. Seal it off. Clear section C4 and C5.
Bit obvious. Throw it out the ship porthole. Oh my god. No way there's like a disposal unit. It makes sense. Clean up on aisle 5.
We're overdue for our talk, aren't we?
I had hoped you would have respected my privacy, Captain.
Before that, someone tried to poison one of my crewmen.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sure you are. Are you Kodos?
I haven't heard that name in a very long time.
Then I am Kodos, if it pleases you to believe so.
What were you 20 years ago?
Much younger.
So was I. Read this into that communicator on the wall. It will be recorded. The test is virtually infallible. It will tell us whether you're Coridian.
He's going to act his way out of it.
Disguising your voice will make no difference.
Oh, I was fooled.
Your lives mean slow death to the more valued members of the colony. Your executioner so ordered, signed Kodos, governor of Tarsus.
Oh, I just realized he knew that off by heart.
You said them like you knew them. Are you sure you didn't act this role out in front of a captive audience whom you blasted out of existence without mercy?
I find your use of the word mercy...
This guy's giving Giancarlo Esposito vibes.
Striving for greatness continues, but Kodos...
Kodos, whoever he was...
Or is.
Some had to die that others might live.
So he definitely is Kodos then.
Is that 4,000 people were needlessly butchered.
If the supply ships hadn't come earlier than expected, this Kodos of yours might have gone down in history as a great hero. Why not kill me now? Let bloody vengeance take its final course.
There are no previous records to Anton Coridian prior to 20 years ago.
One is finally grateful for a failing memory. Longer treasure life, not even my own. I am tired.
If I had gotten everything I wanted,
You'd be dead.
you might not walk out of this room alive.
Captain Kirk. There's a stain of cruelty on your shining armor, Captain. You could have spared him. I was a tool, wasn't I? A tool to use against my father.
In the beginning, perhaps. I wanted it to be more than that.
Later. Everything's always later. You are like your ship. Powerful and not human.
I've shown him more mercy than he deserves.
Oh,
And is suspected of being Kodos the Executioner and of murdering the lieutenant's family.
he might seek revenge.
Hamlet is a violent play about violent times. When life was cheap.
Riley, don't forget to... Riley? Riley's gone. I was recording my log about Coridian and Kodos. If he overheard...
Just made your point, Doctor.
The weapons locker has been broken into. One phaser is missing.
Riley's on the hunt.
when I to sulphurous and tormenting fires delight.
Riley,
And for the day
get back to the sick bay.
He murdered my father,
in my days,
my mother.
Don't throw away your life on a mistake.
I'm not wrong.
but that I am forbid
What a shot!
of my prison.
Is it him or isn't it?
Face, I know it. I saw it.
Freeze thy young blood.
Give me the weapon.
List, if thou didst ever thy...
I do really appreciate we expanded on characters like Riley.
There was a voice out of the past, haunting me, torturing me.
The last two who can harm you will be gone.
Are you saying?
There were 9. Now there are only 2.
She's the true evil.
Look at me like that.
She was using Kirk.
Done!
It had to be done. They had to be silenced.
All 7? More blood on my hands!
No, Father, not anymore. All the ghosts are dead. I've buried them.
She's as much as a psychopath as him.
You've left me nothing! You were the one thing in my life untouched by what I'd done.
No one can touch you. Not even Captain Kirk is awed by your greatness, your shining brightness.
Play is over. It's been over for 20 years.
I was a soldier in a cause. Murder, flight, suicide, madness. I never wanted the blood on my hands ever to stain you.
They weren't innocent. They were dangerous. I would have killed a world to save him.
Curtain going up.
Hey, Captain. He must go on.
It's gone on long enough.
Guard.
You cannot deny him his last performance.
You'll never get off the ship.
The soul of the great Caridian giving performances to every star he
The
touched.
shine of light in her eyes.
No, child, no!
Wait, did he just jump in front of Kirk or did Kirk jump behind him then? It was kind of weird that directed how they did that. Everyone in the background. Wow, it's the best play I've ever seen. It's so realistic. And modern as well.
As a shot so bloodily had struck, the curtain rises.
Someone have to put her out of her misery as well. She's a bit crazy.
The play. It will catch the conscience of the king.
I'm so frightened right now.
She'll receive the best of care, Jim. She remembers nothing. She even thinks her father's still alive, giving performances before cheering crowds. You really cared for her, didn't you?
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Leslie.
Leaving orbit, sir.
You're not going to answer my question.
Ahead, warp factor 1, Mr. Leslie.
That will be a no.
That's an answer.
That was Star Trek episode 13, and what a weird episode in the sense of the first half was Kirk, the ladies' man, putting on a charm, having a really good time with the ladies, all swooning for him, and we learn about actors and dinner parties, and that's how it was going. And then it completely changed the vibe. We were on the ship, we had this serial killer, but this killer actor, which is an interesting dynamic to go with. He put that all in the past and become an actor so he could pretend to be other people and live other people's lives, in a sense, to forget his past because it was so troubled. Raising up his crazy daughter, and his daughter said, "Oh, Kirk, you were using me to get close to my father so you can deduct if he was that murderer." But actually, she was doing the same thing. She was getting close to Kirk because she wanted to tick off all the people left alive that still remember her father. So that was a lovely play I really liked. And speaking of plays, what a performance that was at the end for the crew. They were like, whoa, this is amazing. This performance that's going on. Someone died. They gave their life for that performance. Amazing acting. But also amazing acting of female guest in this episode. I don't know who she is, but her performance, right there at the end when her father died, she went absolutely insane. Thank God Bone said at the end that she received some treatment and she thinks happy thoughts now her father's doing well, or so she thinks, and that was a nice way to wrap the episode up. But yeah, another fun adventure. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. It was a completely different vibe from last week's episode of Pike, but I actually liked it that way. It was I want to say it was lighthearted, but then also at the same time we got really dark at a point. Yeah, tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. Balance of Terror.
The ceremony will be carried on all viewing screens, sir.
Good.
Somebody getting married?
All shipmasters have had one happy privilege. That of uniting two people in the bonds of matrimony. You, Robert Tomlinson, in the sight of your fellows.
Damn, that look is lethal.
So that you may pledge your...
Alert! Alert! All decks! Alert! Alert! Alert!
Trying to get married here.
Space vessel, identity unknown.
Full ahead. All decks, condition red.
All decks, condition red.
Let's hope the lovely couple don't get killed in this attack.
Styles!
Received emergency call from Outpost 4. The USS Enterprise is moving to investigate and assist.
Position 8 minutes from Outpost 4 at this velocity, sir.
Did Outpost 4 give anything at all on the attacking vessel, Lieutenant?
No identification, sir.
There can't be much doubt who's attacking, sir.
Now,
In Romulan territory.
Referring to the map on your screens, you will note beyond the moving position of our vessel a line of Earth outpost stations constructed on
Neutral zone.
established by treaty after the Earth-Romulan conflict of over a century ago. Conflict was fought by our standards today with primitive atomic weapons and in primitive space vessels, which allowed no quarter, no captives. Earth believes the Romulans to be warlike, cruel. Established this neutral zone, entry into which by either side would constitute an act of war.
to avoid interspace war, both these outposts and this vessel will be considered expendable. Captain out.
To avoid war, the ship is expendable?
They're painted like a giant bird of prey.
I had no idea that history was your specialty.
Family history. All lost in that war, sir.
Oh no, maybe we should take him off the helm, please.
Not yours.
What a line also, wow.
Well, checking out Post 3, I read dust and debris. Both Earth outposts gone.
All battle stations, Mr. Sewell.
Battle stations.
Phaser control acknowledging. All weapons energizing to full.
Happy wedding day. Almost.
You won't get off my hook this easily. I'm gonna marry you, mister. Battle or phaser weapons notwithstanding.
Damn, I just fell in love. She is incredible.
Do you read me, Enterprise? This is Commander Hansen. Unknown weapon. Completely destroyed. They hit us again with our deflector shield gone. Do you read me, Enterprise?
Confirm what hit you, Hansen.
Space vessel. Only glimpse of. Disappeared somehow.
Cloaking device.
No identification. No answer to our challenge. Only a glimpse of. But it's out there somewhere. Our sensors show that much. Becoming visible in the center of my screen.
Do you have phaser capacity? We're still out of range.
Negative. Phaser's gone.
I'm sorry, Kirk. The war is ours. How dare they?
Outpost 4. Disintegrated, Captain. Visibility is theoretically possible, Captain. Selective bending of light, but the power cost is enormous. They may have solved that problem. May not be aware of us.
Their invisibility screen may work both ways. With that kind of power consumption, they may not be able to see us.
The exact heading a Romulan vessel would take, Jim.
In no circumstances are you to cross into the neutral zone without my direct orders.
Attacked our outpost, killed our men.
Mr. Stiles.
Add to that the fact that it was a sneak attack.
Mr. Stiles, are you questioning my orders?
Negative, sir. You could have Romulan spies aboard this ship.
How do we know he isn't a Romulan spy?
Respectfully recommend all decks maintain security alert.
Very well. All decks, security alert.
Sounds like code, sir.
I have a fix on it, Captain. I believe I can lock on it. Get a picture of their bridge.
Put it on the screen.
Vulcans? Spock's dad? I was just staring at Spock.
You coming?
Cryptography is working on it, sir.
Give it to Spock.
Repeat it.
I was suggesting that Mr. Spock could probably translate it for you, sir.
I assume you're complimenting Mr. Spock on his ability to decode.
Yes, exactly.
Leave any bigotry in your quarters. There's no room for it on the bridge. Do I make myself clear?
You do, sir.
I made a tape of it, sir.
Very well.
Just going to burn it a minute.
Commander, it is our judgment we run from a reflection.
Perhaps so, but my judgment prevails.
That is Spock's dad, right?
If an Earthship, why does he not attack?
First, study the enemy, seek weakness. If I were their commander, that is what I would do.
My commander sent for Odysseus.
The hell is that helmet?
A message was dispatched. You've broken the rule of silence. Your carelessness might have ended this glorious mission. You're reduced 2 steps in rank. Return to post.
Damn, that's brutal.
We've seen 100 campaigns together, and still I do not understand you.
No need to tell you what happens the moment we reach home with proof of the Earthmen's weakness. And we will have proof.
If we are the strong, is this not the signal for war?
Must it always be so? How many comrades have we lost?
So they're testing the humans to see if they're too weak so they can invade.
We now have aboard debris from Outpost 4, Captain.
Is the debris just that dude floating in the sky? Who's that handsome man who just came in front of the camera?
The hardest substance known to our science.
Wow, Spock's really strong.
Obviously, their weaponry is superior to ours, and they have a practical invisibility screen.
Can we engage them with a reasonable possibility of victory?
No question. Their power is simple impulse.
We have to attack immediately.
Explain.
They're still on our side of the neutral zone.
You run away from them and you guarantee war. They'll be back, not just one ship, but with everything they've got. You know that, Mr. Science Officer. You're the expert in these people.
Sit down, mister.
Getting all up in my face like that.
And if the Romulans are an offshoot of my Vulcan blood, and I think this likely, then attack becomes even more imperative. And if the Romulans retain this martial philosophy, then weakness is something we dare not show.
Do you want a galactic war on your conscience?
That guy does.
9 eyes mass, a trail of frozen vapor particles.
And when an object passes through it, even an invisible object,
it leaves a visible trail.
Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
This is what the other guy wanted.
Phaser weapons energized. Set for proximity.
That guy's ready to blast.
The particles will obscure their sensing device, Centurion.
We enter it, Commander.
It's fully obscured. It will turn suddenly back upon our adversary. Clear.
Our reflection no longer follows us.
Escape maneuver 1, quickly!
That was too quickly.
He'll only be visible for a moment. Stand by.
Nothing in the last moment. He must
have guessed our move.
Hard to starboard helm.
Hard start.
Now we lost track of him. Could be anywhere.
Did exactly what I would have done. I won't underestimate him again.
Oh, futuristic version of battleships.
Phaser overload. Control circuit burnout.
It'll take time to correct, sir.
Captain, are they surrendering?
They're attacking. Oh no.
Do we have emergency warp? Full power, sir. It's still overtaking us. Get one phaser working, sir. One shot will detonate it.
Navigation.
Estimated it'll overtake us in 2 minutes, sir.
Keep backing it up.
Phasers, Mr. Spock.
Impossible, Captain.
Captain, should I continue log entry?
Well, that shut her up.
Dissipating, sir.
It must have a range limit.
3, 2, 1, impact.
Well, how lucky was that? It dissipated in time. It wasn't too bad.
Phasers operational, Captain.
Now you do it, Spock. Come on, you could have done it 10 seconds ago.
You may think we're destroyed, Captain.
I wouldn't make that assumption. I don't think their captain will either.
Commander, the reflection returns.
Activate our cloak.
Commander, our fuel runs low.
Quickly. Commander is not one to repeat a mistake.
We're still on our side, Captain.
Let's get them while we are. Before we enter the neutral zone. Their weapon takes all their energy. They must become visible in order to launch it. On my responsibility, we are proceeding into the neutral zone.
Aren't they doing that on purpose? Drawing them in?
I will tend to the Centurion.
No need. Centurion is dead. Tries to make us waste energy. It's estimated we have only enough. It is time. All debris into disposal tubes.
Yes, Commander.
The body of the Centurion, too. Forgive me, my old friend. But I must use all my experience now.
Breeze scanning ahead, sir. We've hit him.
Mr. Spock?
Vessel wreckage and a body, Captain. However, simple debris. Not a vessel. A trick. We've lost them, Captain.
The Enterprise is also playing the silent waiting game in hope of regaining contact. All right, Mr. Spock. Work quiet.
20 full cycles, Commander.
Why are we all whispering?
He is there. Somewhere.
Join me.
Can I get you something from the galley, sir?
Bones? What's going on in here?
I wish I were on a long sea voyage somewhere. Not too much deck.
Star Trek The Cruise. Now that's a great idea.
I see the men waiting for me to make the next move. And Bones, what if I'm wrong?
You want to be doubting yourself now, Kirk?
Captain.
Not this far in.
Only one of each of us. Don't destroy the one named Kirk.
Whew.
It's all right.
Spock did it on purpose. He's a spy.
We have him. Move toward him.
Power on.
How? He's a sorcerer, that one. He reads the thoughts. The supply all but gone, and he stays out of reach.
We are beaten. It's finest and proudest flagship beaten.
The humans are too tough. Let's go back.
You have some of the old-style nuclear warheads aboard.
Yes, Commander, but only for self-destruction.
Place one in with the debris.
That's a bold strategy.
One metal-cased object.
Helm, hard over. Phasers, fire, point blank.
Phasers, fire!
Next time, don't fire at a nuke. Analyze it first.
Casualties?
22 so far. Mainly radiation burns, mostly from the ship's outer areas.
Report, Mr. Spock.
Nuclear devices.
That is crazy. Did not think nukes in Star Trek.
Ship damage?
Mainly.
It's a bold play.
Specialist Tomlinson is manning it alone. No standby crew available.
Sir, my first assignment was in weapons control. Go. Lieutenant Uhura, take over navigation.
Uhura, okay. Whoa. Okay.
Maybe we can pull them back to our side of the neutral zone.
I do like this episode in the sense that it's a thinking game.
And it is our duty to crush the Praetor's enemies. Permit me the glory of the kill, Commander.
We will attack. But on my order.
Will you require any assistance here?
Oh no, I hope the lovely lady's okay.
This time we'll handle things without your help, Vulcan.
Tomlinson.
As soon as Spock left the room.
Fire. Fire. Stiles, can you hear me? Fire.
Stiles, can you hear me? Fire! Stiles!
Spock, what did you do? Whoa, loving the damage.
Sulu, prepare to move in on the Romulan vessel. Ship to ship, Uhura.
That does mean there is a spy on this ship, though.
Standing by to beam your survivors aboard our ship. Prepare to abandon your vessel.
I regret that we meet in this way, in a different reality. I could have called you friend.
What purpose will it serve to die?
We are creatures of duty, Captain. I have lived my life by it. One more duty to perform.
You all right, Mr. Spock?
Yes, very well, thank you, Captain.
And you, Mr. Sal?
I'm alive, sir. Mr. Spock, he pulled me out of the phaser room. Saved my life.
How many men did we lose, Bones?
Only one. Tomlinson. The boy who was going to get married this morning.
Oh well, guess I'll have to marry her instead.
We both have to know that there was a reason.
Look at those eyes. Wow, she moved on quickly. That was Star Trek episode 14, and wow, we got a cat and mouse kind of episode in that one. I really liked the two captains facing it off with each other. Intellect and the guy who I thought was Spock's dad, he must not be. Appreciating the smarts of Kirk, and these Romulans trying their luck with the humans to see if they have weakened and they can take over now with their new advanced technologies, the cloaking device and also that new cannon. But they both had flaws in the sense that the cloaking device takes up so much power, and also the weapon can only go a certain distance. So if you stay far distance away, you can survive it, and that's the trouble they faced later on. I really thought it was Spock's dad, but obviously it's not, because he died and went down with the ship at the end, setting up that married couple in the beginning, because you were like, this is an interesting episode's way to start off an episode, and then you're like, oh, we've just gotten into a massive war sequence. Where's that going to play a part later on? And then it did with her losing her husband to be. It's nice in the sense, not that he died, but there are consequences to the Enterprise's actions, mainly Kirk. I suppose that weighs on Kirk even more. Like he admitted to Bones, every decision's up to him, everyone's looking up to him. Seeing her in the end, that weighs a toll on him, because he's the one that made the decision that lost him his life in the end. And we never did find out about that spy on the ship potentially. Every time Spock left, something happened. He pressed the button, notified the other ship, left the room, all this gas started leaking out. So I wonder if that will play a part later on in the series. Maybe there will be a thread of that into another story. But tell me what you guys thought in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.